myself right when you're on a loud pedal. It ain't time to make friends. I didn't come to run second. I came here to win, yeah. It's go time now. Grip your wheel real tight. We ain't NASCAR nice. It's a dirt track fight. You wanna make a name. You wanna go far. You gotta outrun the best of Team BLR, yeah. Another track, another night. Been working all week and got myself right. When you're on a loud pedal, it ain't time to make friends. I didn't come to run second. I came here to win, yeah. It's go time now. Grip your wheel real tight. We ain't NASCAR nice. It's a dirt track fight. You wanna make a name. You wanna go far. You gotta outrun the best of Team BLR, yeah. Another track, another night. Been working all week and got myself right. When you're on a loud pedal, it ain't time to make friends. I didn't come to run second. I came here to win, yeah. It's go time now. Grip your wheel real tight. We ain't NASCAR nice. It's a dirt track fight. You wanna make a name. You wanna go far. You gotta outrun the best of Team BLR, yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. It's the penultimate event here at Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. Super late models taken to the surface tonight. 60 laps going to be the distance for the main event. Looks like a full field of cars signed in. I've got 43 clocked in right now. And atop the pre-race practice standings, it's Cole Harvey in the 85 machine with a 15.486 second lap time around the high-banked half-mile oval here. Of course, a lot different than some of the other tracks here in the iRacing service. I would say that as far as banking goes, man, it doesn't get any steeper as far as dirt tracks go than what we've got here at Eldora. It is just this one will really test your capabilities, I think, as a driver, and test your nerve as well. The fast line right around the top as we see Cole ripping the lip right now through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. It is insane the amount of speed that you carry, and the best entry for these corners typically is right up alongside the concrete. So it's really about how ballsy you can be around the outside of the racetrack here. Still, like I said, Cole Harvey atop the standings. Kendall Tucker second quick as we bring pre-race practice to a close. and we'll get things ready here for single car qualifying. Once again, want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in this evening. Like I said, our second to last, our penultimate event here for the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. The first part of the series was dominated by Hayden Cardwell. Actually, about the first half, I would say, was dominated by Hayden Cardwell. 3 out of the first 5 events went to the young driver from Tennessee. Of course, last week our winner was Dylan Fox, one of 4 different winners in the series, the other 2 being Austin Carr, who picked up the win at Volusia Speedway, and Chase Cabry, who grabbed the win at Williams Grove back on February 19th. We've got two races left here in the series tonight at Eldora, and if Fairbury Motor Speedway is released by next week, then I do believe that is where we are tentatively scheduled to race for the final event of the series. $725 to be paid out in the point standings. We're paying down through the top 10. Of course, your current point leader at this juncture in the series is Hayden Cardwell. He leads Dylan Fox by 12 points. Kevin Dedman in third. Alex Bergeron fourth by only 3 points. Dylan Wilson rounds out the top 5. A lot of really close racing that we have seen here in the last 6 weeks. Like I said, we are getting ready to go here for our penultimate event, the next to last race here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. I want to thank some of our sponsors, of course, South Texas Speedway, for jumping on as the title sponsor for the series. I was there last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Of course, if any of you are watching through Race on Texas, one of our other series sponsors, you got to see the inaugural Jerry Whitaker Memorial as the limited modifieds raced for $8,900 on Saturday night, and it was downtown. Chris Brown from Spring, Texas, taking home the big check. A lot of great racing there over the last 3 days. Hope that some of you got to check out at least some of our live look-ins, of course, provided by another series sponsor, the Virtual Racing Network, and Charles Wooten teaming up with Race on Texas, helping us out there with some live look-ins, and also helping us out with some graphics there for the stream. Charles and the crew at the Virtual Racing Network have done great things, and we look for bigger and better stuff to come out of 2019. A lot of great racing action on its way to you from the Virtual Racing Network as well as Race on Texas. Right now, your fast qualifier should be no surprise to any of you who have watched any races here with Race on Texas and the Virtual Racing Network, or any iRacing whatsoever. It's the Canadian phenom Alex Bergeron atop the pre-race qualifying there with a 15.925, and that is going to put him pole of heat race number 1, which is where we're going right now. Don't forget, coming up on April 9th and 10th, it is the 12th annual Schaefer Specialty Lubricant Spring Fling, brought to you from Team VLR. That is going to be a $3,000 to win super late model race at Knoxville Speedway, yeah. And so you're going to want to check that out April 9th and 10th, a $12,000 purse in cash and contingency prizes. Of course, like I said, $3,000 going to the winner, the biggest purse in the history of iRacing. Alex Bergeron going to start heat race number 1 on the pole in the number 12 car. He'll be alongside the iRacing iFlag, number 24 of Mr. Zach Leonardi. Next row back on the inside, the 06 Motorsports Easy Go 00. That's going to be Kendall Tucker. And Tucker going to be alongside the Team VLR Caprone Screen Printing and Graphic Design. Schaefer Specialized Lubricants, number 74 of Blake Brown. Randall Carter on the inside of row number 3, the TeamVLR.com iRacing iFlag number 37. He'll be alongside the 44 of Leodin Pena, sponsored by Schaefer Specialized Lubricants, iRacing iFlag, and Team VLR. The next row back on the inside, the 52, your runner-up last week by less than 2/10 of a second. That's going to be James Edens in the 52. And he's going to be alongside Chase Cabry, a event winner here in this series in the Lincoln Electric sponsored number 54. Next, we're back on the inside. The 75 is Benji Killian in the Napa Auto Parts Bad Racing Designs number 75. And he's going to be alongside the 09 of Cody Turchie in the No Name Motorsports machine. Starting shotgun on the field all by himself in row number 6. That's going to be the 96, the H&M Automotive. Evil One Graphics number 96 is Nick Daffern. We are getting ready to take the green flag. We're on the throttle off of turn number 4, and Alex Bergeron leads the field down into turn number 1. They're nearly 3 wide. Look at the slide job for second spot. It's Kendall Tucker making moves early here as Leonardi crosses him back under for the second position coming into turn number 3. Zach Leonardi working the bottom side of the racetrack. There's still a lot of moisture down there as the entry to the top of the turns have already started to dry out just a little bit. Broad daylight here for race number 7. The South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series is drying out the top side of the track pretty early on in the evening. It's going to be very interesting come feature time. First heat race on the racetrack right now, and we are 2 laps into it. Make it 2.5 down the back chute into turn number 3. Bergeron going to lead one more lap. Already opened up almost 0.6 of a second over second spot, actually making almost 0.8 of a second over Zach Leonardi. The battle for second starting to heat up, as my buddy Zach Clark would say. I mean, it's heating up for second spot with Blake Brown now looking to the inside of Zach Leonardi as we come back into turn number 1. 4 laps down and 8 to go here in heat race number 1. Kendall Tucker there in the 4th and final transfer position in the Easy Go 06 Motorsports All-Star Performance 00 machine. Tucker working the outside of the racetrack trying to get back around Blake Brown for the 3rd position. Brown working the bottom to middle of the racetrack. Going to lose a little bit of ground there on second spot, Zach Leonardi. Leonardi 1.146 seconds behind Alex Bergeron in the 12 car. Remember, Zach Leonardi was your 2018 World of Outlaws point champion with iRacing here in the Super Late Models. Zach is also a real-life Super Late Model driver, 17 years old, the driver of the number 24 machine in the TTL Esports number 24. Alex Bergeron, 3rd place in the World of Outlaw Late Model Series in 2018 and 2nd place in the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars here on iRacing as well. So Alex, no stranger to victory lane, has well over 600 official iRacing wins and has a win ratio of roughly 60% for Alex Bergeron. So 6 out of every 10 times that Alex takes the racetrack, he's in the winner's circle. Kendall Tucker looks to have gotten around Blake Brown there for the 3rd spot. Brown now 3 wide for 4th off of turn number 4. 2 sticks, 2 laps to go. Blake Brown hanging on to that 4th and final transfer spot. James Edens trying to work his way around the outside as Kendall Tucker hard into the wall, bounces off of it again coming into turn number 3. White flag in the air, your leader already into turn number 1. Zach Leonardi 1.989 seconds behind Alex Bergeron in just 12 laps. The Canadian phenom on the march here early on. He's going to wrap up heat race number 1. 2nd spot going to be Leonardi. 3rd spot will be Tucker. And then James Edens going to round out the top 4. Good run for James Edens there, getting the 4th and final transfer spot on the last lap of the race. Once again, congrats to the driver of the number 12 machine, Mr. Alex Bergeron.
Real fast, Nick, while we got a moment here, I am on the mic. We're going to attempt to make this work. We'll see how it goes. This is not going to look pretty, but we were asked to mention real quick about the Wicked Energy Focus Midget Series coming up on March 16th. I have put the flyer up on the screen real quick, so I just wanted to make that quick announcement. Obviously, you didn't know anything about it, so I had to do it myself. It's a $10 entry fee, $800 purse, one-night event for 40 laps on March 16th.
Not a bad purse for a one-night event there, coming up on March 16th. Not going to want to miss that, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we've got heat race number 2 rolling around the racetrack on the pole in the HRE Motorsports. Number 3 machine, that's going to be Shane James. He's going to be alongside the TTL Esports number 2 car of Dylan Hauser. Second row back on the inside, it's going to be the Caprone screen printing and graphic design number 23 of Jeremy Caprone, your Winter Dirt Derby winner back in December. And on the outside, Blake Majulis in the 127 at Clements Racing Engines. 06 Motorsports Easy Go number 127. Fastest car in pre-race practice, unfortunately slipping there when it came to qualifying, Cole Harvey in the 85 alongside Tyler Ducharme, the Sim Racing Authority number 25 machine. Darren Luttrell, the 68, David Sutton in the 97, Justin Thomas, Joey Lamb, and Jordan Lutz round out the field as we go green off of turn number 4. Heat race number 2 is underway. And contact already, your leader getting bunched up there. Shane James having a wild ride there in turn number 1. We are going to get a yellow here in the second heat race. We'll bunch them back up here, get everybody in the right running order. Unfortunately, these caution flag laps will count. And it looks like Jeremy Caprone going to come out smelling like a rose. He'll be on the pole. Restarting in that first position. We did score a 1 lap. Cole Harvey going to be in second spot. Dylan Hauser will be third. Shane James has slipped all the way back to fourth after starting on the pole. Justin Thomas, David Sutton, Blake Majulis going backwards there on that rough start as well. Jordan Lutz, Darren Luttrell, Tyler Ducharme having a rough go of it also, and Joey Lamb rounding out the field. If you're watching tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the stream here, give me a shout out there in the stream, in the comments. I'm monitoring the chat at RaceOnTexas.com's Facebook page. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We certainly do appreciate you watching. Mr. Bruce Norwick, Amanda Clark, Tim Bell, and Zach Clark, thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all certainly do appreciate it. Of course, Zachary, my partner in crime for the past, let's call it, 4 great days of racing. Of course, I got there late, or Wednesday evening, I'll say late Wednesday afternoon, early Wednesday evening. Zach showing up a little bit later on that night. We had a great 3 days of racing, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. For those of you that caught it, thank you so much for tuning in. As we go back, green flag, Mr. Bruce Norwick, I'm glad you enjoyed it, brother. Also glad you're here with us tonight. Jeremy Caprone retakes the green flag. He's going to lead lap number 5. We're going to be 5 down and 7 to go here at the stripe. Shane James on the bottom of the racetrack takes over the second spot at the line by 63 1/1000ths of a second. We've got another yellow flag. That one is going to be for Justin Thomas in the 9 car. Replay going to be queued up, ready to go there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the caution flag coming out for Justin Thomas in the 9 machine. Charles Wooten, of course, on his game as always. Our second caution here in heat race number 2. Looks like we're going to go single file here, try to get a few laps completed in heat race number 2. Of course, like I said, want to thank our sponsors, South Texas Speedway, RaceOnTexas.com, the Virtual Racing Network, Team VLR, as well as the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience. And not forget about the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience, one of the most cool contingencies, I think, in this series here. The winner of this series after 8 weeks going to get a 20-lap experience from the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience in any car at any track where they stop in 2019. We also want to thank Hanover Wrecking Service for coming on a few races back. Actually, I think they've been here with the whole series, but it was right before the beginning kind of deal, as our official caution flag sponsors. The Hanover Wrecker Service caution flag out right now. We want to thank them so much for being a partner with us here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Once again, for the second time in heat race number 2, the caution flag is out. It's going to be a single file restart. We should be getting the green this time off of 4. And we'll see if we can hang on to it for 3 more laps. It'll be lap number 9 completed this time by. 9 down and 3 to go here in heat race number 2. Jeremy Caprone leads them to the green. Tommy Wagner, thanks for tuning in. Terry Moore Sr. as well. Roger Robinson, we hope you like what you're seeing. Guys, if you do, feel free to share the broadcast as we complete lap number 10. 2 sticks. 2 laps to go here for Jeremy Caprone, ripping the lip around Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. Down to the bottom of turn number 3. Caprone goes slide to 23. Caprone screen printing graphic design machine. Up to the top of the racetrack by the time we get to the start-finish line. Once again, Jeremy Caprone, your winner of the Winter Dirt Derby back in December at Lanier National Speedway, a 100-lap event in the Camping World Series trucks. Bit of a different race car, still on top. Jeremy Caprone going to win heat race number 2 in the Caprone screen printing graphic design Dirty Grass Soul number 23. Heat race number 3 coming up next. 3 out of 4. This will be our 3rd heat race here, ladies and gentlemen. Howard Weaver, 3rd quick in qualifying, going to start heat race number 3 from the pole. Weaver, of course, in the All-Star Performance Victory Lane Racing number 07. Virgil Graham in the Schaefer Specialized Lubricants Team VLR number 42. Both Weaver and Graham sporting some excellent-looking paint schemes this weekend. I would assume those are going to be their spring fling paint schemes there, but like I said, both Weaver and Graham, great-looking race cars here tonight. Garrett Nabrouge on the inside of row number 2 in the 19, the Beefcakes Esports number 19 machine. He's going to be alongside Skylar Brown in the Schaefer Specialty Lubricant All-Star Performance VLR number 10 machine. Chad Prescott, the Trevor Fitz Racing D1RT Racing number 41 machine on the inside of row number 3. He's alongside the 14 of J.D. Brown, another one of those awesome Evil One graphics sponsored by H&M Automotive Paint Jobs. Next row back on the inside, it's DJ Kilinowski in the 13 machine, the HRE Motorsports number 13 Ford Fusion. And DJ going to be alongside the Centerville Smoke Shop Chevrolet Corvette, the number 11. That's Brian Wax. Justin Hall, Kevin Forcier, row number 5, and Lucas Chowning, row number 6. The green flag is out. Howard Weaver off to a great start off the bottom of the racetrack. He'll lead the field into turn number 1. That Schaefer Specialized Lubricants number 07 machine off to a great start here in heat race number 3. Weaver catfishing around the bottom, one of the first cars out front that I've seen work that close to the inside retaining wall. Weaver going to lead lap number 1 again to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Top side starting to dry out for sure, even along the straightaways there. You can see the black starting to peek through that dirt, the wet dirt being blown away off the racing surface here, and the track seriously starting to slick up through the corners. So Weaver working maybe a lane off the top of the speedway, even down the straightaway, like I said, and all the way to the bottom of turns 3 and 4 there that time around. 3 laps down, 9 to go. Weaver with a .376 second advantage over Virgil Graham. Nabrouge and Skylar Brown round out the, Nabrouge and Chad Prescott, round out the top 4. Chad Prescott and Skylar Brown separated by 4 1/1000ths of a second that time around. Brown in the 4th and final transfer spot. That's a good battle for second there as well between Virgil Graham and Garrett Nabrouge. Nabrouge looking to the inside there in the 19 machine, had to think better of it, tucked back up into line. Your second position right now belongs to the 42 of Virgil Graham. 5 down, 7 to go. Could be coming halfway home this time by. 6 down and 6 left here in heat race number 3. Hop back here to the battle for that 3rd spot. Actually, for the 4th and final transfer, you got Skylar Brown there Working the inside, the Victory Lane Racing number 10 machine. And to the outside, the Trevor Fitz Racing D1RT Racing number 41 of Shad Prescott. Prescott right now on the outside looking in by one spot. I tell you what, Prescott, a great driver in his own right. Not in a transfer position at the moment. The track is changing very fast, Mr. Bruce Norwick. Absolutely. With the sun being out like this, broad daylight here at Eldora Speedway, the track drying out very quickly. You see a lot of dust being kicked up as we come into turn number 3, and the only lane of heavy moisture right down around the wall through the corners. Even the bottom side starting to dry out a little bit as we look there in turns 1 and 2. As we go back up front with Howard Weaver, your race leader, out in front. Up alongside the wall now, Weaver trying the top side as we've got 2 sticks, 2 laps to go here in heat race number 3. Weaver tagging the outside retaining wall just a little bit, not really enough to change the way the race car is going to handle, though, as he's going to take the white flag this time off at turn number 4 in that beautiful number 07 machine. Absolutely incredible paint scheme here for Weaver. On the penultimate night of the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series, Weaver going to lead the field through for the final time through turns 3 and 4. He'll take the checkered flag here in heat race number 3. Graham, Nabruge, and Skylar Brown going to be your 4 transfer spots into the A main. Shad Prescott going to have to run the B a little bit later on. That'll bring us to our 4th and final heat race here. And last week's winner, Dylan Fox, going to start on the inside of the front row in the 999. He'll be alongside your point leader, the 7 car of the great state of Tennessee. That's going to be Mr. Hayden Cardwell, who won 3 out of the first 6 events here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Of course, like I said, Dylan Fox in the Super Moon D1RT SimSport number 999 on the inside of the front row. Next row back, the 5 car. That's going to be Eric Hugh. I do believe that's the Bojangles sponsored entry normally, but tonight going to be the MPI, a slick looking paint scheme there on the 5 car. I like the simple black and white, a slick looking paint job there for Hugh. Ryan Martin going to be alongside in the 024 machine. Martin sponsored by Beefcakes TV. Next row back, the driver out of California. Every time, Adam, it gets me every time. The Dunder Mifflin Incorporated paper, the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company Incorporated Ford Fusion, number 39 of Adam Elby. Every time I see it, the theme song from The Office plays in my head. I see Steve Carell's face. But Adam, I really want you to win a race, buddy. I want to see that 39 in victory lane. On his outside, the 04 going to be Frank Gonzalez. The next row back, the lead singer of Dirty Grass Soul, the NOS, the NOS number 22 Ford Mustang. That is going to be Kevin Dedman. He's alongside the Bam Bam Ford Mustang. The 29 is Scott Dobbs. Aaron Kitchen and the Madman Motorsports Vic Hill Racing Engines Colby's Eye Paints number 17, alongside Benjamin Nading in the Kryptonite Race Cars number 21. We take the green flag, and Dylan Fox immediately goes high side into turn number 1 after getting passed, coming to the green flag by Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell settles back into that 2nd position. Fox going to be your leader for lap number 1. In the D1RT Trevor Fitz Racing, number 999. Like I said, Fox was your winner last week. Cardwell trying to slide job there through turns 1 and 2. It wasn't quite enough. Let's see if we try this again. Cardwell in one of those Evil One graphics, H&M Automotive, Napa Auto Parts, number beautiful paint jobs there. The number 07, or the number 7, excuse me. Dodge Challenger right now trying to run down Dylan Fox in the Super Moon Graphics D1RT SimSports number 999. Jacob Groves, man, it is absolutely incredible. Of course, we love to watch the super late models and the sprint cars go around the racetracks here, the dirt tracks, but I'm a fan of the rallycross myself. We like to do a little bit of that on the weekends there when we're not doing circle track racing. A lot of good oval dirt racing to be seen, though, especially when you've got the great drivers with Team VLR. Some really awesome esports teams represented in this series. D1RT, of course, 06. A lot of great teams represented here. HRE. A lot of great esports teams represented in this series. Of course, we had a lot of teams represented as well in the Race on Texas Sprint Car Series back in the winter months. Had a lot of great racing in that series. And a lot of great e-racing stables represented. Of course, we got to see the formation of a new one as we crossed 7 down, 5 to go. 4-year leader Dylan Fox. Casey Kane forming his own esports team with some of those RaceOnTexas.com series drivers. David Heilman on the team. Britton Roxbury on the team as well. So a lot of great talent with Casey Kane Esports. 8 down and 4 to go here in heat race number 4. We've blown through these heat races this evening, ladies and gentlemen, just picking them up and putting them down, even with the caution flags in heat race number 2. 9 laps complete, that time by the lead for Dylan Fox is 1.835 seconds over Hayden Cardwell. Adam Elby 2.5 seconds behind second spot as we get a yellow for the 29 of Scott Dobbs. Yellow flag coming out for Dobbs, and it looks like Eric Hugh as well getting tangled up there. Replay is queued up and ready there for you, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy once again of Mr. Charles Wooten and the Virtual Racing Network. Like I said, a meeting of the minds, if you will. Race on Texas partnering up with the Virtual Racing Network in 2017. Charles going to be filming some races for us at Monarch Motor Speedway, the newly reopened Monarch Motor Speedway there in Wichita Falls, Texas. They've got their first race actually this Friday night, so you can check out the Race on Texas on-demand service and look for that footage to be up by Saturday or Sunday night at the latest. Basically, the way that works is it's kind of like Netflix. It's like a subscription service. It is $9.99 a month. You get to watch some great racing from all over the great state of Texas and Louisiana. Some awesome racing. We had our first live broadcast of 2019 just this past weekend with the inaugural Jerry Whitaker Memorial at South Texas Speedway course downtown. Chris Brown from Spring, Texas taking the win there. Is Dylan Fox going to wrap it up under caution here in heat race number 4. We'll move on to the D main. Actually, we're going to skip the D main, roll on into the C main. We'll have 12 laps. The top 4 are going to transfer to the B. Like I said, some great racing at South Texas Speedway. I believe we had 55 limited modifieds show up for the $8,900 paycheck on Saturday. Of course, Thursday and Friday's races paid $2,000 to win as well. You can see all of that action in HD video with announcer audio from my good friend Zachary Clark. It was a great honor to have him there. Good to have Zach there, like I said, at South Texas Speedway for the inaugural Jerry Whitaker Memorial. I'll tell you what, that was kind of a serendipitous thing to have happen. We didn't know that Zach was coming, and one of our lead scorers actually was diagnosed with the flu, so I got thrust into the position of race director, lead scorer, basically whatever needed to be done to keep the program rolling. And Zach just fell right into place, filled in that role. That's my weekly racetrack and kind of my baby. I wouldn't trust just about anybody with that race, but Zach filled in, did a great job, and very happy to have him there. So if you want to catch some of that great racing footage with Tony Fetters on the camera, Zachary Clark on the microphone, and our good buddy Scott Bargeloff flagging the races for Thursday and Friday. Check out RaceOnTexas.com. Get a on-demand subscription there. You can see all the racing all season long on any phone or computer or smart TV. We've got our C main rolling around here. Once again, top 4 going to transfer. Benji Killian. Looks like we've got Dustin Hall, Frank Gonzalez, Chase Cabry, Blake Majulis, Lucas Chowning, Eric Hugh, Cody Turchi, Tyler Ducharme, Kevin Forcier, Scott Dobbs, Nick Daffron, Justin Thomas, and Brian Wax. Gonna be the field here. Jacob and Bruce, it is definitely a lot of fun. I will tell you this, Jacob, the Modified is probably the most difficult thing to drive. Absolutely insane to keep those cars in a straight line around the racetrack. The late model's not easy either. These guys make it look easy, but it is deceptively difficult. As we go green here with the C main, once again, the top four going to start in the back of the B, and it's already getting interesting as we're 3 and 4 wide down the backstretch. That's not going to work. Couple of guys getting shifted around towards the back there, but nonetheless, your leader going to be Benji Killian out in front in the 75. And it looks like second spot going to go to the 54 machine right now of Chase Cabry. We did have a car get upside down and did not get a caution, so it looks like Scott Dobbs is going to be on pit road there at the Bam Bam number 29 Ford Mustang. And unfortunately, it looks like that's where he will stay, as he's already a lap down as we stay green. Killian, still your leader, 3 laps complete and 9 to go here in the C main. Second spot, Chase Cabry has a win on the season coming 2 races ago. Actually, I think it was 3 races ago that Chase got a win. So right now, wheel to wheel with Killian down the front stretch. 31 thousandths of a second was the lead that time at the stripe, and Killian going to grab the outside wall. Cabry going to go to the top spot. Here comes Dustin Hall as well to try to get around Benji Killian for second. Blake Majulis now sticks his nose in there. Literally, they were 3 wide at the flag stand. Cabry, your race leader. Second spot now belongs to Dustin Hall. Here comes Tyler Ducharme. Where did Ducharme come from? Fired out of a cannon, sneaking his way through the C main here. Kind of unusual to see that 25 machine in the C main anyway. The Sim Racing Authority number 25 typically making his way towards the main event pretty easily. Excuse me, tonight having to run the C main. Chase Cabry still your leader of the Valvoline sponsor number 54 machine. Out in front by 0.6 of a second over Dustin Hall in second position. Tyler Ducharme hanging on to that third spot. Benji Killian now battling with Blake Majulis for the fourth and final transfer position. Give it to Majulis down the back chute into 3. Cabry, your race leader by about a second this time around over Dustin Hall there in the second position. Tyler Ducharme sneaking around for that second spot at the stripe. Ducharme now trying to run down Chase Cabry there, closing the gap a little bit as we come to 2 to go this time by. 10 laps complete, 2 laps to go here in the C main. Down the backstretch once again into turn number 3. And we're going to get a caution, and I would bet money that that's going to wrap it up here, and we'll finish this thing under caution. Absolutely, we definitely will, with the pace truck coming out on lap number 11. It looks like the caution coming out for Benji Killian for the win as we cross the start-finish line this time around. Going to go to Chase Cabry in the 54. Second spot going to be Tyler Ducharme. Third will be Blake Majulis, and fourth and the final transfer spot will go to Dustin Hall. That is going to wrap it up for the C main here. We'll go on to the B feature. The top 8 cars out of this B will go on to tonight's main event. 60 laps going to be the distance here at Eldora Speedway. Again, one of the faster racetracks, I would say, for an average lap speed. Obviously, the speed at Williams Grove coming into the corner probably a little bit higher than it is here for these late models, but the average lap speed here at Eldora with these big sweeping corners, definitely one of the highest in the iRacing service. Leodin Pena going to start this thing on the front row in the Schaefer Specialized Lubricant iRacing iFlag number 44. He'll be alongside one of those beautiful Evil One graphics, Napa Auto Parts, H&M Automotive. This time it's the number 97 of David Sutton. And here's something you don't see every race. Actually, you see it very rarely. Is Shad Prescott in a B main. The Trevor Fitz Racing number 41 machine going to start inside row number 2. He'll be next door to the NOS Energy Drink Team VLR Dirty Grass Soul Ford Mustang of Kevin Dedman. Next row back on the inside, it will be the 74 of Blake L. Brown, sponsored by Schaefer Specialty Lubricants, Team VLR and iRacing iFlag. On the outside of row number 3, it's Darren Luttrell in the HRE Motorsports DAA, sponsored number 68 machine. Fourth row back on the inside, another one of those Evil One graphics, Napa Auto Parts, H&M Automotive Paint Schemes. This time it's the number 14 Chevy Camaro of J.D. Brown. Brown going to be alongside the Coggins Farm, Madman Motorsports, Vic Hill Racing Engines, Chevrolet SS of Aaron Kitchen. Randall Carter going to be the next row back, the Chevrolet Camaro, sponsored by Victory Lane Racing and iRacing iFlag. That's got the number 37 there. Joey Lamb going to be to the outside on the 81 machine. DJ Kilinowski, the HRE Motorsports, number 13, sponsored by Colby's iPaints Ford Fusion, going to be inside row number 6. He'll be alongside the Kryptonite Chevrolet SS of Benjamin Nading, number 21. And your 4 C-Main transfers, Chase Cabry, Tyler Ducharme, row number 7. Blake Majulis and Dustin Hall, row number 8. The 54, 25, 127, and 331, respectively. We are getting ready to take the green flag, this time off of turn number 4. Leota and Pena going to lead him down the front stretch into turn number 1. Doesn't slide up the racetrack very high. Right through the middle of turns 1 and 2. Here comes Shad Prescott. Oh, and it's going to be the 97 of David Sutton going around and causing all kinds of havoc there down the backstretch. I do believe that Prescott may be getting into him just a little bit there. Going to go on into the replay here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get it queued up for you. Looked like the 22 of Kevin Dedman there getting into the 97 as well. But yeah, the contact starts there with the 41 of Shad Prescott. That's the initial contact. So a lot of bumping and grinding going on here with in the B main at Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. We are currently 2 laps into the B main here, and David Sutton on pit road. I hear KT King talking, of course he's the moderator for these events, talking in the race chat there, talking about maybe a little bit of contact, maybe a little bit of net code. The car, the 97 machine of Sutton, seemed to blink in and out, and of course when that happens, you're not where you think you are in the game, is essentially how that works out. And it's kind of strange. It's one of those weird e-sports, I guess you could call it, things that we deal with here in iRacing. So I don't think there's any penalty assessed, but the restarts have been changed to single file as we retake the green now with 4 laps complete and 12 laps to go. Prescott looks to the outside of turns 3 and 4, trying to get around Pena. Pena working the bottom still of turns 3 and 4. And was your leader that time by 37 1/1000ths of a second, but I do believe it's going to be Shad Prescott getting around the outside, and indeed, Prescott takes the lead down the back chute into 3. Slides all the way up to the top of the racetrack off of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 6. 6 laps down and 12 to go here in the B main. Pena in second position, Blake Brown third. Darren Luttrell has worked his way up to 4th. He and Randall Carter get a good run going. Give the spot to Carter at the stripe. Luttrell back to 5th. Then it's J.D. Brown, DJ Kilinowski, and Chase Cabry all the way up from the back after transferring out of the C main. Has now transferred into the feature, or is in a transfer spot, I should say, at this point. Cabry trying to pull away from Tyler Ducharme there and trying to get around DJ Kilinowski. we can jump back into that group there for a little bit, and we got a bunch of good racing here. We're watching from the nose of the 14 machine of J.D. Brown. Brown right now sits in the 6th spot, and the battle for 7th is the one behind him, Chase Cabry, trying to duke it out there with DJ Kilinowski. That is 7th and 8th on the racetrack, right there behind J.D. Brown. We're coming into turn number 1, coming off of turn number 2, down the back chute. Still in excess of 100 miles an hour, the top speed here, as your leader actually tops out at 120 going into turn number 1. So Shad Prescott really tough. Oh, and Tyler Ducharme getting together with DJ Kilinowski. Good save by both of those drivers there at the bottom of turn number 2. Good save by the drivers, the 13 and the 25 respectively. 12 laps down and 4 to go that time by. Mr. Bruce Norwick, good to see that you're still wanting to go fast there, brother. Glad you're recovering nicely from the surgery there. And thanks for watching us all the way up in Michigan, brother. We certainly do appreciate that. Hope you like what you see. I know you're here with us every week for the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series, and I hope that you've enjoyed the last 7 weeks of racing. We're getting ready to wrap this one up here as we cross the line. 2 sticks in the air, 2 laps to go for Shad Prescott as he comes into turn number 3 with a 2.66 second advantage over the rest of the field. Leodin Pena right now in 2nd position. 3rd is Darren Luttrell. Actually make it Randall Carter as we cross the start-finish line. Then it's Luttrell, Blake Brown, J.D. Brown, Chase Cabry, and DJ Kilinowski. Your 8th and a final transfer position. And it looks like we are going to get a track reset. Not sure that many of the drivers are going to be happy about that. I see a 0% reset. All right, folks, I'm just looking at the graphics here on the screen. I'm sure some of you have noticed this already, and Charles just piped it into me through my headset here, that due to an update with the ATVO, which is the timing service or software that we use, we'll see what happens here with a couple of future updates, but our lap counts, needless to say, are inaccurate at this point. We do apologize for that. That was a 16-lap race, not 20. So it looks like we're going to be maybe swapping servers here. I think I'm hearing in the race chat, because we got a track reset here, and I'm not sure the drivers are happy with it. So we'll see. Just stick around for just a second, and we'll get you the update, official word from KT King and the crew in race control in just a second.
All right, folks, just give us just 1 minute here. We're letting Nick take a little breather here and get something to drink to rest his voice. But we will be back shortly. Hashtag soon. They are getting another server set up. So we will be back here momentarily with a new server coming up soon.
Thermal take. Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Federer is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free's iRacing Series.
Alfava is $10,500 richer. Two-time NASCAR. This is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humpy winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR.
2017 NASCAR Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Federer is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free's iRacing Series.
Alfava is $10,500 richer. Two-time NASCAR. This is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humpy winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR.
2017 NASCAR Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Federer is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free's iRacing Series.
Alfava is $10,500 richer. Two-time NASCAR. This is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humpy winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR.
2017 NASCAR Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Federer is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free's iRacing Series.
Alfava is $10,500 richer. Two-time NASCAR. This is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humpy winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR.
2017 NASCAR Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Federer is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free's iRacing Series.
All right, folks, we do apologize for the delay. Thank you so much for bearing with us. We've got a new server here. Same racetrack, Eldora Speedway. We're going to dry this thing out just a little bit and turn these drivers loose for 60 laps here for the main event tonight. Once again, $725 on the line for the entire series after next week. Of course, this is the next to last race here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. We want to thank South Texas Speedway for being the title sponsor of this series. We want to thank Race on Texas and the Virtual Racing Network for providing us with some great footage. We want to thank Team VLR Victory Lane Racing for putting this series on. We want to thank Hanover Wrecker Service for sponsoring our caution flags. And, of course, we cannot forget the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience for being a sponsor as well. The winner of the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series is going to get a 20-lap experience in any car at any track that the experience stops at in 2019, as well as, like I said, Hanover Wrecker Service for sponsoring our caution flags. We've got a lot of really good racing coming in 2019 from Race on Texas and the Virtual Racing Network, so look out for some awesome stuff coming up. Of course, Charles Wooten and the crew over at the Virtual Racing Network teaming up with Race on Texas this season to bring you some awesome real-world racing as well as iRacing. Of course, we kicked off the real-world racing season last weekend at South Texas Speedway with the inaugural Jerry Whitaker Memorial. Of course, Chris Brown grabbing the $8,900 top prize in that series, or in that race on Saturday night. Looks like we're getting ready here to move on probably in a few minutes. We've got 9 minutes left here. Actually, no, we've got about 1 minute left. Excuse me, 9 minutes was elapsed time. We got about a minute left here in practice. And then we are going to get ready for our 60-lap main event. The first half, caution flag laps will count. The second half, they will be manually scored. We're getting ready to go here. Got about 15 seconds left of open practice, and then we're going to roll off into our feature event. The 7th race in the series here with the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Like I said earlier, Hayden Cardwell is your point leader after winning 3 events so far in the last 6 races. Dylan Fox right now in second spot, your winner last week at Knoxville Raceway. Fox picking up the win there in the 999. Evan Dedman, third spot. Alex Bergeron, the Canadian Phenom, in fourth by 3 points. Dylan Wilson rounds out the top 5. Then it's James Edens, Shad Prescott, Howard Weaver, Virgil Graham, and Jeremy Caprone, positions 6 through 10. We are getting ready for the lineup here for the main event, and the young man sitting on the pole, the Canadian Phenom, has a chance to sweep the evening here. Alex Bergeron was your quick qualifier. He won heat race number 1, and that put him on the pole for the 60-lap main event. Jeremy Caprone going to be on the outside there in the Caprone screen printing and graphic design number 23. Howard Weaver, next row back, that's row number 2 on the inside. And the Victory Lane Racing All-Star Performance number 07. He'll be alongside the 999 of Dylan Fox, last week's feature winner. Third row back on the inside, the 24 is going to be Zach Leonardi. And Zach going to be alongside the 3-car, the HRE Motorsports number 3 of Mr. Shane James. Next row back, that awesome-looking 42 machine, the Schaefer Specialty Lubricants VLR sponsor number 42. That is Virgil Graham. Your point leader, Hayden Cardwell, going to be on the outside in the H&M Automotive Hero 7 machine. Kendall Tucker to the inside of row number 5, the Easy Go 06 Motorsports number 00. He'll be alongside the 85, another one of those awesome Evil One graphics paint jobs. That's Cole Harvey. Garrett Nabruge, Adam Elby make up row number 6. James Edens, Dylan Hauser, row 7. Skylar Brown, Ryan Martin, row 8. Chad Prescott, Leoden Pena, row 9. Randall Carter and Darren Luttrell, row 10. Blake Brown, J.D. Brown, row 11. And Chase Cabry and DJ Kilinowski make up row number 12 as we head off into turn number 1. For the first time, 60 laps going to be the distance, and Alex Bergeron jumps out to the early race lead in the sign shop at Kenny's number 12 machine. Leads the field on lap number 1. We're working lap number 2 right now, down the back chute, back into turn number 3. Prone in second spot. Fox is third. Howard Weaver sitting in the 4th position. Good side-by-side battle between Shane James and Zach Leonardi. That's for 5th on the racetrack. James right through the middle of the track where there's still a little bit of moisture there. The bottom starting to slick off, and of course, the top side really starting to black up on entry here into turn number 1. Four laps complete, this time by 56 to go, and Alex Bergeron already getting into the wall there a little bit. Oh, a slide job from Dylan Fox lands him in the outside retaining wall, and Fox going to lose 1, 2, 3 spots. Dylan Fox slipping back to 5th on the racetrack. Battling back up to 4th, trying to anyway, down the front stretch, gets back around the 23 of Jeremy Caprone. Trying to get around the 3 car. Shane James there a little bit loose through turns 3 and 4 as we've now got 6 down and 54 to go. James again a little bit loose through the middle of the corner. The number 3 machine gets good dig off the exit, but the car a little bit loose on entry. It really slides wide right through the middle, right there. You can really see the car rotating a little bit too much there through the middle of the corners, and that is letting not only, we've got a yellow flag coming out, it's for the 19 of Garrett Nabruge. Nabruge there getting together with a 14 of J.D. Brown. Brown upside down on the front stretch. Replay queued up there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thanks to Charles Wooten for taking care of the video this evening. Charles always got the best camera angles and makes things look real pretty for you. We'll get the field re-racked and restacked behind your leader, which at this point, for some reason, is scored as Howard Weaver. I don't think Weaver had passed Bergeron there under caution. We'll see where Howard falls into line. Looks like he's going to fall in second there. I thought that he was the runner-up when the caution flag came out. Of course, these caution flag laps, are counting under the Hanover Record Service caution flag. The first half of the race, everything counts. So as soon as we cross 30, we'll go to manual scoring and we'll count them as they come along. Double file restart this time around. Alex Bergeron going to be out in front. Howard Weaver is second. Dylan Fox there in third. Shane James fourth. Jeremy Caprone rounds out the top 5, 6 through 10. You got Zach Leonardi, Hayden Cardwell, your point leader. Virgil Graham, Kendall Tucker, and Dylan Hauser rounding out the first half of the field. Actually, the first half would end with Adam Elby right now in 12th position, the California driver. Winless so far in the series here. Elby has made just about every main event, though. So Adam Elby, not one to count out, just hasn't had the luck on his side to make his way towards the front right now. The Dunder Mifflin Paper Company number 39 machine is sitting in the 12th position. Lap number 12 has been completed. We're going to work our way through turns 3 and 4 here. We'll make it 13, this time by the stripe for Alex Bergeron. Alex, still your race leader back into turns 1 and 2. Out in front of Howard Weaver, a strong second place right now for the 07 machine. A good run for Weaver. A couple of cars tagging the outside wall there. Weaver, one of them. It looks like Dylan Fox maybe getting some wall as well. Dylan Fox going to throw a slide job in turn number 1. Here comes Weaver to cross him back up. As Fox slides wide, Weaver gets back around for second. It's Weaver now who has to work the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4, and you can tell that's not where he wants to be. He's going to relinquish the position. Yellow flag coming back out, though. The yellow flag going to wave once again. Looks like this time it's for Hayden Cardwell, who's upside down. Your point leader. Rubber side up there in turn number 1. Replays ready to go there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Charles going to get that on the stream here real quick. Once again, Hayden Cardwell upside down, but nonetheless, Cardwell still your point leader, although with a low finish in this one, that may come to change because your second place car is Dylan Fox, who was your race winner last weekend and is sitting second right now after getting around Weaver right before the caution flag came out. 17 laps complete, 43 to go here in the 7th event of the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Looks like J.D. Brown getting waved around the pace car there. That'll put everybody back on the same lap. Good anyway. Looks like Hayden Cardwell going to be down a lap there after getting upside down. So we're going to get the field re-racked, restacked, ready to go in the correct positions. And we'll turn them loose. 18 laps have now been completed. As your leader, Alex Bergeron going to be on the inside of the front row there as we go back green flag racing, this time off of turn number 4. Bergeron been looking for a win so far in 2019 here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Has come close a couple of times, made the podium a few races, but has yet to get that first series win. We take back off on lap number 19. We barrel back down into turn number 1, and Bergeron again with a great restart gets a good jump and already gapped Dylan Fox by about 4 car lengths. Down the front stretch, we complete lap number 20. 33% of the way home. We are 1/3 through this race here at Eldora. And a yellow flag coming back out once again. This time it's for Cole Harvey. Cole Harvey bringing out the yellow there. Looks like DJ Kilinowski may be involved as well. So yellow flag waving for the 3rd time in the first third of this race. Replay queued up, ready to go there, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna hopefully not take too long here with this caution flag. We'll get things ready to go once again, get everybody back on the same playing field here as J.D. Brown waved around the pace car one more time. Should be getting ready to go here in just a moment. We're working now lap number 22 out of the scheduled 60. As I said here before, first half of the race, the caution flag laps do count, and then the second half, they will not. The laps will be manually scored by KT King there in race control. Looks like we may be getting the green flag, not this time, but next time. I bet that's one to go right there. Looks like the restarts have been changed to single file. Oh, nope, back to double file. We will see. We'll see here once we get ready to go. Looks like the field going to stack up behind that first row there. You got Bergeron on the inside, Fox to the outside, Weaver in third, and then Shane James with a good run there in fourth. Jeremy Caprone rounding out the top 5. Shad Prescott has been given an EOL penalty. So Prescott going to shuffle to the back of the field, and we'll get the rest of the drivers here nut to butt ready to go. Nose to tail, door to door. Down the backstretch. And it looks like the field is set. Looks like we're going to get the green this time off of turn 4. Yeah, there's the left fronts. Look like they're coming up in the air. The car gets up on the bars. The rear ends jack up. We head down the front stretch into turn number 1. Bergeron going to lead the field through the first set of corners. Ooh, grabs the wall a little bit that time off of turn number 2. Again into turn number 3. Bergeron right now in the top 5 in the point standings for the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Bergeron leads the field down the back stretch, actually down the front stretch this time around. Back into turn number 1. 27 laps have been completed. 33 laps to go. A good lead for Bergeron now, almost 7/10 of a second over Dylan Fox. Fox there another half a second. Back to third place Howard Weaver. Jeremy Caprone there in 4th. Shane James rounds out the top 5, but nobody got anything at this point for Alex Bergeron. I don't know if maybe the car going to come to Fox there. Maybe he's going to plan for a late race charge towards the front. As the fuel loads burn off, I do expect the cars will get faster. I don't know if that means they're just going to be a little more difficult to hang on to, or if the lap times are actually going to drop. So we shall see here. Looks like we are manually counting now. We're halfway home. 30 laps complete. 30 laps to go here in the 7th race of the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Bergeron still your leader by 1.133 seconds that time around. A good lead over Dylan Fox. Fox, no slouch. The lap times there just as good or close to it, but it looks like not able to close the gap there as indeed Bergeron stretches that lead out to 1.3 seconds that time by. One of the fastest cars on the racetrack, though, was your leader, Dylan Fox. That last lap was actually about 1/10 of a second faster than your race leader. So Fox may be coming on here strong in the last half of this race. We'll see how things go with 33 down that time by. We negotiate off of turn number 4. We're going to have 34 complete and 26 to go as Alex Bergeron, your race leader, stretching it out to about 1.336 seconds on Dylan Fox. Cars starting to get spread out now, especially the first 5 or so. You've actually got a whole nother second back from Dylan Fox to Howard Weaver. Weaver sitting in 3rd right now. About a straightaway separate each of the first 3 cars. Bergeron out in front by a sizable margin. Yeah, straightaway advantage over second spot Dylan Fox. Howard Weaver there in 3rd. Dylan Hauser is 4th right now, but he's a second and a half behind Howard Weaver. And indeed, your leader starting to close up on some back markers there. Alex Bergeron going to be dealing with some lap traffic here before too long. And it looks like the first car to go a lap down is going to be the 44 of Leota and Pena. Alex ripping the lip right around the outside of the racetrack. Has got a little bit of damage there on that right rear quarter, but doesn't seem to be slowing the car down very much. That last lap, a 16.156 second elapsed time. That's one of the best of the race. We've got a yellow flag coming out. Yellow flag on the racetrack. Is for the 68 of Darren Luttrell. The replay queued up and ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thanks to Charles Wooten for getting us those replays when the Hanover Record Service caution flag comes out. I want to welcome Stephen Whitaker Jr. and Eric Rahi to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you like what you're seeing. Absolutely, Jacob Groves. They do like flirting with the wall. Of course, here at Eldora, it really, at least in my experience, doesn't seem to matter what class of car you're racing here on the dirt at Eldora. The fastest way, at least until the track starts to dry out, is around the top side. You can put a good slide job coming off of 4 there in a stock car and definitely in a sprinter, but really, you've got to have a good run off the top side to complete that slide job and make it clear. You got to really slide up there quickly and take away the guy behind you's momentum. So this place makes passing a premium, and again, it is really, really tricky. The entrance here, right around the outside of this racetrack, right up against the wall. You really got to watch yourself around here at 125 miles an hour coming into the corner in these super late models. We are 40, nope, we're not 42 laps into this thing. I bet you somewhere close to it. Looks like it. And the pace truck is off. We are back underway, ladies and gentlemen. Bergeron hard on the throttle off the inside of turn of the first row. Drives the car, wins the drag race down the front stretch, drives it up to the top of the racetrack in turn number 1. Driving right through the slick stuff that time, trying to plant that right rear on the moisture there as we come back into turn number 1 already. The laps ticking by here quickly. 41 laps down, 19 laps to go for Alex Bergeron out in front in the 12 car. Dylan Fox still in second, but Bergeron already opened up almost 0.4 of a second over Fox there. Remember, Dylan Fox was your race winner last week at Knoxville Raceway. And Bergeron so far winless in the 2019 South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Looking to change that tonight. Alex has basically made a clean sweep of this week's racing action, setting quick time earlier this evening, winning his heat race, starting on the pole of the feature, and so far has led every single lap as we complete lap number 45, this time off of turn number 4. 45 laps down, 15 to go here for Bergeron. Second spot still Dylan Fox. Third spot now Dylan Hauser. A good run. Hauser getting a great restart, working his way up into the 3rd position. He's on the podium. And might I say, it looks as though Hauser closing the gap on 2nd spot there. Dylan Fox about to have his hands full. And another caution flag coming out. The Hanover Wrecker Service yellow flag will wave over the 13 of DJ Kilinowski going around in turn 4. Replay queued up, folks. Going to be coming at you here in just a second. The 46 laps have been completed here under green. And it looks like we're going to get a single file restart here, ladies and gentlemen. 46 laps complete. 14 laps to go. Once again, going to be a single file restart here for the penultimate night of the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. .47 laps complete, I'm now being told from race control, so 13 laps to go for the Canadian Phenom, Mr. Alex Bergeron, and he'll wrap up the first win. If he can hang on for those last 13 laps, he'll get his first win here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. Of course, 3 out of 7 races. 3 out of 6 completed. We're working number 7 right now. 3 of those last 6 races have gone to the 7 machine out of the volunteer state. That is Mr. Hayden Cardwell. Hayden wrapped off just real quick, wrapped off the first two in the series here, picked up a dominating win at Charlotte Motor Speedway, swept the night there. Quick time won his heat, won the feature, and then rolled right off into Lanier there. A 75-lap main event, picked up the win there as well. Then got another win just 2 weeks ago in the series. So Hayden Cardwell, no doubt your point leader. Although right now Cardwell sitting well back in the field. Actually is off the race and looks like is out of the race. He is marked 9 laps down and scored currently in 24th position. So with that finish, that very well may give up the points lead here to Dylan Fox. Dylan was your race winner last week and was only out of the top spot by 12 points. And so we've got a wild slide job thrown there for 4th spot. That was from Kendall Tucker, trying to take over the 4th spot anyway from Howard Weaver. Weaver battling right back as we've got 10 laps to go. 50 laps are down. What a wild slide job thrown there from the 00 machine of Kendall Tucker. Tucker, one of those 06 esports drivers in the Easy Go number 00 machine. Kendall's been tough all season, just hasn't had the luck to put it together and grab a win here in the South Texas Speedway Winter Super Series. But a driver who's looking to dominate the night, the one out in front, the BK Designs number 12 machine, Alex Bergeron, out of Quebec, Canada. Alex with a straightaway advantage over Dylan Fox as we come back into turn 3. Dylan Hauser still rounds out the podium. Howard Weaver, Kendall Tucker, Jeremy Caprone, Virgil Graham, Adam Elby has made his way into 8th. A good run there for the 39, the Dunder Mifflin Incorporated number 39 machine. Chad Prescott and James Edens round out the top 10. 5 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen, in the main event here. 2.5 miles around Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. Make it 4 to go, this time off of turn number 4 already for your leader, Alex Bergeron. The Canadian Phenom has had a great night here at Eldora. After a couple of new builds that have changed the way these tracks run in and changed the handling of the race cars a little bit. We talked about that last week with the winner. We've got 3 laps to go this time by for Bergeron. 1.976 seconds, actually 2.057 seconds. That time around, Bergeron basically on cruise control. 2 laps to go for Bergeron this time by. 2 sticks in the air as the Canadian late model racer leads the field around the racetrack. He's going to be coming to the white flag this time off of turn number 4. Once again, Bergeron 3rd in the World of Outlaws Series official iRacing points chase in 2018. Into turn number 1 for the final time, ripping the lip once again right off the outside of that second corner. Same deal going into turn number 3, right rear planted firmly on the cushion. He's off of turn 4 for the final time, staring squarely at the checker flag. It's going to be Alex Bergeron with the win. Dylan Fox bringing home 2nd after winning last week. Dylan Hauser going to round out the podium in 3rd. Howard Weaver and Kendall Tucker will round out the top 5. And that's going to do it here at Eldora. We'll get down into the announcer's box there, get into the press booth, and we'll grab Alex Bergeron for a real quick word here. Get Alex down here in broadcaster's booth. That microphone opened up. Alex, this is Nick in the press box. You got a copy, brother?
Yes, sir.
Great job, man. Good run tonight.
Thank you.
Finally got the monkey off the back, brother. You dominated the evening, got quick time, won the heat race, led all 60 laps of the feature. Got to feel good to get that first win in the series, man.
Oh, yeah. It really does feel good. I was very dominant. I didn't expect that tonight at all. Car was on rail. It was top side only, I think, pretty much. Qualifying was on point, and just like I thought it would. Was pretty much by qualifying you would judge the race, and that's really how it went. So very good results for us.
Yeah, one of those nights when, like you said, the top side was the place to be. I saw a couple of peaks to the bottom of the racetrack early on, and really with Eldora, it seems to be that way. You know, the sun, especially when the sun's out on this track, drying it out, ripping the lip is the fast way around this place. It makes it, let's say, technical. It makes it kind of sketchy even coming in the corners. You know, the fast line is right up alongside the wall, and especially in these cars, you've really got to be careful with where you place that right rear.
Absolutely, you're right. Just like Eldora here, when you get in the corner, you got to be very, very straight in the corner, and you don't want, get that right rear in the wall. You don't want to damage that right rear and aerodynamics of the car. So it was very smooth all race. I was very careful with that. The only thing that was very stressful was the restarts. The outside was the place to be, and I didn't want the outside to be on my outside in turn one, so I had to get a good jump every time, and that was very stressful. You want to get a good going, and when you get a yellow, well, you got to redo it again, but we got it tonight.
Yeah, and when you've got somebody like Dylan Fox on the outside, of course, Dylan was the winner last week at Knoxville. When he's on your outside, and the top side is faster, you've really got to be on your A game there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, like I said, very stressful, but we held him off. It was I don't know how everything behind it happened, but I know we were ahead of the guys behind us, so that's where it is, first place. So I gotta thank all my partners, newb.com, Sign Shop at Kinney's, BK Designs, Meyer Inc., Max McLaughlin Racing, everybody watching tonight, everybody supporting me as well. Thanks to Coleman Gulick, Todd Berkheimer, Paul Keeney, everybody, Buzz Gulick watching as well, my girlfriend watching as well. Thank you for supporting me too. You guys for broadcasting, and Team ABR. Thanks to Jason Niger as well for being there for me as well, and Team ABR for putting these races up, and hopefully we'll get a good result next week.
Yeah, man, I really hope to see you back here in Victory Lane one more time before we wrap things up. Of course, next week going to be the last race of the series. We've had some great racing, and Alex, it's good to see you down here in Victory Lane, brother. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you, Nick.
That's Alex Bergeron getting the win tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Runner-up, Mr. Dylan Fox. We'll get Dylan back down here in the press box. Dylan, this is Nick in the press box. You got a copy, brother?
Yep, how you guys doing?
Oh, good job, man. We're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. No, it wasn't 2 wins in a row, but a first and a second consecutively there, especially when the points race is so tight. You got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, I definitely can't really complain about tonight. Just went into the night hoping for a top 5 or so, second place is plenty good for me.
Well, and like I said, with the points, the points being pretty close, you haven't maybe won as many races as you'd like to. Of course, nobody's been able to catch Hayden on the nights when he's on. He's been on. But tonight, maybe helping you out quite a bit with the second place and him crashing out a little earlier in the race. That's at least going to tighten the points battle up, if not give you the lead there.
Yeah, I think somebody made up a sheet somewhere saying that with including the drop weeks, me and Hayden are pretty much tied after last week, so I'll be curious to see where everything's at after this week, and it really sucks for Hayden. I think I heard something about his computer going black or whatever, so it really sucks for him.
Yeah, that's something. It's strange to me coming from the real racing world to hear oh, my computer crashed and now I'm out. So it's just one of those things, man. But it's always good to see good racing here at Eldora. This track is fast. I would say average lap speed is probably higher here than just about any other track that we see. And, I was talking with Alex about this. You've really got to be precise on your entry. But on the restart, if you're the guy on the outside, do you not think maybe you have a little bit of an advantage coming to the green?
Yeah, definitely. I think anywhere, if you're on the outside row, that you had a good advantage. I know one restart I had to start third, and I was kind of worried, I wouldn't be able to get up to the top, and that's where you had to be tonight. So once I got up to second, I felt a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, this racetrack, I think, more than any of the others that we see, is really one lane dominant. Like if you're in a sprinter or maybe in a street stock and you think you've got what it takes, you can throw a haymaker slider in 3 and 4. But really anywhere else, it's going to be, you're going to take the nose off the guy behind you when you drive back up the racetrack. It's really sketchy. Passing here is typically at a premium, and you really got to know what you're doing around this place.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Early on in the race, I tried throwing a slider. I can't remember who it was on, but I just barely got him cleared, and we got into it pretty good, and that screwed up my rear end. So I figured I'm not gonna do that the rest of the night, or it could end my night.
Yeah, you really got to be careful around this place. But I tell you what, man, it makes for some great watching when those sliders, you can see a guy dive down from the top of the racetrack, drive all the way to the bottom, and then back up to the top. It really makes for a good show for the fans for sure. We're glad to have y'all out here doing what you do, which is great racing, man. Good congratulations on the second spot. And who do you want to thank on the race car, Dylan?
Just want to thank you guys for broadcasting this. A lot of people enjoy watching it, and a lot of us like to go back and rewatch the races ourselves. And then VLR for running the league, and all my teammates on DNRT.
All right, brother. Congrats once again on the second place tonight, and maybe give Alex a run for his money next weekend as we wrap this thing up.
Yep. See you guys next week.
All right. That was runner-up, Mr. Dylan Fox. See if we can grab third place here. Up here in the channel. There's Dylan Hauser. There he is. Mr. Dylan Hauser, this is Nick in the press box. You got a copy, brother?
Yep.
Hey, man, making the podium tonight. Got to feel pretty good about that.
Not bad from 14th. We made a mistake in the heat race and cost us big time, but it is what it is.
Not bad from 14th for sure. And here I was just talking to Fox about how passing's at a premium, man. What's the key to success here when you start that far back? I mean, 60 laps is maybe enough time for a little bit of patience, but you really can't be too hesitant about too many things.
I felt like I had the fastest car besides Alex. He was pretty fast tonight, but we had a good car, and I was going up through the field, and I got a bunch of damage from a couple incidents that really hurt the performance of our car tonight. But we were fast. We qualified 5th, I think, and in the heat race I made a driver mistake and got in the back of Shane James, and it put us behind 8 ball, and that's all it takes in these races.
Man, when you're behind that 8 ball, I see that a lot in these guys, in y'all, especially you get sent to the back, maybe make a mistake in a heat race, and you've just got to race that much harder to get to the front, and y'all do it every single time. I know you want to win this thing, man, and you put on a heck of a show tonight, coming from, like you said, from 14th to 3rd on a racetrack where there's really only one good line around this place, and it's almost always around the top side.
Yeah, my spotter was telling me, dude, I don't know how you're doing it. You're putting the quarter panel through the wall. I'm like, dang, I'm impressing myself now. Holy smokes.
I mean, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, am I right?
Right. I'm just happy we had speed this week. I've been in the top 3 the past 3 weeks and gotten wrecked. Williams Grove running 3rd, get taken out. Last week at Lima Land, running 3rd, wheel disconnected. So we're just happy to have some good luck tonight and put her back on the podium where we belong.
Well, Dylan, it was a good run tonight, brother. How do you feel about going into next week? I know that we have on the schedule that if Fairbury is released, that'll be the next track, but I haven't seen anything about that quite some time. So what are you looking for next week? You want a big track or you want another small one?
I want to get back to Williams Grove. I thought I was the best car there.
There you have it, folks. Hauser wants Williams Grove. Probably my arch nemesis in this game, I would say. That place for me, man, is a absolute handful. But nonetheless, Dylan on the podium this week. Gotta feel good going into the final race of the series. Who do you want to thank on the race car, man?
TTL Esports, SimWorks race simulators. If you're in need of a sim rig, check those guys out. And to Zach and Tyler and everybody at TTL, we worked hard this week on the set, and it paid off. I feel like we've been behind the 8 ball a little bit on setups, but I feel like we're finally starting to be back on top where we belong.
Well, it looks like you definitely pulled it out of the hat this week, man. The car looked great. Like you said, working your way from 14th all the way up to 3rd. That's 11 spots gained in 60 laps, and we had a few cautions tonight, so that gave you a little bit of a break, but still, nonetheless, man, a great run tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that was Dylan Hauser, everybody. 3rd place finisher tonight. Saw some good racing tonight. Like I said before, this racetrack here at Eldora seems to maybe go one lane. The fastest line definitely always around the top, so you really got to be on the lookout. Passing can be at a premium. You really got to make your move and wait for your moment. And as we saw Dylan Hauser prove this evening, that starting on the pole isn't always the key to success. Alex Bergeron once again getting his first win of the series, and always good to see the Canadian Phenom doing well. We're going to have our final event next week. That'll be next Tuesday, March the 19th. Should go live at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time now. Thanks, Daylight Savings Time. So on behalf of Charles Wooten, the crew at VRN, the rest of the crew at Race on Texas, and Team VLR, my name's Nick Robbins. I'm going to toss it back to Charles in the booth, and he's going to wrap it up.
Well, we will wrap it up here. We're going to shut the overlays down. We're done here for tonight, folks. Of course, make sure you stay tuned for the next race next Tuesday night. Of course, we are off tomorrow night. World of Thunder is off. Also, be paying attention, of course, for April 3rd, as we have a little charity race going on for a family who had someone pass away. We'll be posting more about that on the VRN Facebook page, so make sure you check that out. Coming up, of course, we'll probably be posting some little, 30-second clips or so from Monarch Motor Speedway here on the VRN channel and on the Facebook page, just to give you some clips and teasers of what we got going on here for VRN with that partnership with Race on Texas. Of course, as always, if you want all of that on-demand video, you can head over to raceontexas.com, and make sure here in the next week, make sure you check out the new virtualracingnetwork.net website, as we have a lot of big changes coming here to VRN. So you don't want to miss any of that. As always, on behalf of VRN, and Race on Texas, we'll see you next Tuesday.